Thanks, Jen. The U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Linda Thomas-Greenfield, talking to a group on Wednesday, essentially said that white supremacy is woven into our founding documents and principles. Now, this statement is getting widely criticized as essentially parroting Chinese Communist Party talking points. So, is the president going to remove her from her position as the representative before that body to promote United States values?
Is the president going to remove an African-American woman with decades of experience in the Foreign Service, who's widely respected around the world, from her position as ambassador to the UN? He is not. He is proud to have her in that position. She is not only qualified, he believes she is exactly the right person in that role at this moment in time. I have not seen her comments. I will say that there's no question that there has been a history of institutional racism in this country, and that doesn't require the UN ambassador to confirm that.
So that's essentially the same lecture, though, that the Chinese delegation gave Secretary Blinken in Alaska last month. So does the president think our founding documents are racist?
I would say that I will leave my comments to speak for themselves, and certainly I think most people recognize the history of systemic racism in our country, and she was speaking to that. Go ahead, and I promise Kristen to get back to her too. Go ahead.
Sure. A quick question and then a longer one. In terms of, you said the president had been tested for COVID-19 today.
Yeah.
Has that been regular, or is that specifically part of the protocols for today's foreign leader?
He's tested every couple of weeks, and we try to provide those on a timely manner, the updates. Today was the most timely, so we will continue to try to do that moving forward.
And then I wanted to ask you about some new reporting from one of my colleagues,
Okay.
Carol Lee. She has a new piece about secret Facebook groups that are primarily composed of special forces, which include some of the postings, very racist language, criticism of the government, even some QAnon-type conspiracy theories. I wonder if you had a reaction to the report, and also if you could give an update on the tasking that the president had issued for some of the intelligence community as well as DHS on domestic extremism.
Yeah, so it is a 100-day review, which we are getting close to the conclusion of, and a lot of the analysis or the review has been done, and now we're working on the policy phase of that, and I expect we'll have more to say after that 100-day review concludes. And certainly that review is looking at areas where we see the rise of domestic violent extremism, not through a political prism, but places where we've seen it in the country, places where we've seen it online, and they're looking at all of those forums. And hopefully we'll have more to say on that. We will have more to say on that, I should say, when that review concludes.
And just specifically about the reporting from my colleague, have you...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
sorry, we have a new friend, another friend today, but yes.
What does it say? Would the president have a reaction to this kind of language among some of our most highly trained special forces in the U.S. Armed Services?
I would certainly point you to the Department of Defense, but I would say that there's no place for racism, for the projection of that in government or out of government, on forums or publicly speaking, and certainly that is of concern, seeing that to all of us and to the president. Kristen, did you have